Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on a funeral elegy, and today we're going to take a look at lines 133 to 156. I know it's all feeling very random, but this is sort of how the thoughts are laying out. And a lot of the thoughts so far from our author, who is likely John Ford and not William Shakespeare, about Sir William Peter, who died too young, is that Sir William Peter was a really great man. He was so great, and he would occasionally have bad thoughts, but he didn't act on them. And in yesterday's lines, it was talking about how his goodness will live on through the ages, even if it's not the goodness associated with lots of fame. At least everybody in his immediate community will remember him as being a very good man. And line 133 says, "And as much glory is it to be good for private persons in their private home, as those descended from illustrious blood in public view of greatness, whence they come. Though I, rewarded with some sadder taste of knowing shame, by feeling it, have proved my country's thankless misconstruction, cast upon my name and credit, both unloved, by some whose fortunes, sunk into the wane of plenty and desert, have strove to win justice by wrong, and sifted to embane my reputation with a witless sin. Yet time, the father of unblushing truth, may one day lay ope malice which hath crossed it, and right the hopes of my endangered youth, purchasing credit in the place I lost it." Even in which place the subject of the verse, unhappy matter of a mourning style, which now that subject's merits doth rehearse, had education and new being, while by fair demeanour he had won repute amongst the all of all that lived there, for that his actions did so wholly suit with worthiness still memorable here. So this is a weird little section to me. It's weird and it's kind of funny. It starts out saying that it's just as valid to be good in private as it is to be good in public. So that's great. And then there's this weird little sort of side bit where the author gets sort of self-deprecating, and if not self-deprecating, at least turns the whole elegy to be about him. He's like, in contrast, I have been publicly shamed and people have been mean to me, and they aren't necessarily great people that were mean to me. They're probably in the wrong as well, but they have sullied my reputation, and maybe someday they'll get their just desserts and I will be vindicated and shown to be a good person. And then at the very end, he brings it back, or at the end of these lines anyway, brings it back around to, and I'm pretty sure that Sir William Peter, who died, would have forgiven me, or would have seen through their destruction of my reputation, because he was such a good man. So it's just a little odd to me, and yay for mixing things up a little bit and not just making it another laundry list about how awesome Sir William Peter was. But I do think it's funny that he's like, if you take the context of everything that we've read so far, he's like, he was so great, he was so great, he was so great, he was so great, unlike me, who's been unjustly, slandered, blah, 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 blah. And I'm sure that if he was still alive, he'd forgive me because he was so great. It's an interesting little insert into this elegy. Anyway, it amuses me. But anyway, come on back tomorrow for more, and we will find out if there are more little side notes hidden in this elegy. I'll see you then. Mwah.